Well then, I'm back, and yeah, I'm making a new video. So this video is going to be about the new clan that's being released in Set 10, called Genesis. Now, you all may be wondering, oh, they're releasing a new clan, that's cool. This clan is really unique, I think. It's not really completely new, because it's based off of other clans such as Dark Irregulars and Oracle Think Tank, but it seems new to me, and that's all that matters. So let's just get down to it. So obviously there are the triggers. They have in set 10, they have 2 different critical triggers, 2 different draw triggers, 1 heal trigger, and 2 stands. So you could potentially run 8 stands, 8 draws, or 8 crits, but only 4 heals, obviously. So, now that's over, there is the set 10 starting vanguards that are new, basically. Basically, these are generic. If you ride over them with a clan of their unit, they can move back like usual. But when they boost a unit that has a limit break 4 ability, rearguard or vanguard, and the attack has to hit the vanguard, then you can put it into the soul to draw 1 card. I feel like these new starting vanguards are pretty nice, but I don't know, I feel like the other ones do things better. Here's a Genesis unique starting vanguard. It's the only one I've seen of its kind, so, it would be nice if they had this in Dark Irregulars, but hey, you can't ask for everything. So yeah, basically, it's a Pioneer, it also moves back, but, when you boost with this unit, and the attack hits the Vanguard, you can Counterblast 2 to Soul Charge 3. So ultimately, it's a Counterblast 2 when the attack hits to Emblem Master. It's a copy of Emblem Master. I feel like this could be really good, but not many of the grade 3s need excessive soul. The only one that I can think of that needs a lot of soul is Iwaganahime, but I'll get to her later. And then there's the Ride Chain starter, Shooting Star Bow Artemis. Basically, it's like the last gen Ride Chain with if you ride the grade 1, you can search the top 7 cards for the grade 2 or the grade 3 and add it to your hand. And then it also moves back if you don't ride the grade 1. If you ride anything but the grade 1. So, those are the grade 0s. Trigger lineups, whatever, 8 crit, 8 draw, 8 stand, 4 heals, the generic starter, the Genesis starter, and the Ride Chain starter. So, continuing on, we have the Battle Priestess. This is the 8k vanilla. Normal stuff, Here is the grade 1 version of this girl. So you could potentially run both of these, or even if you start out with this and you want the soul charging, you could just play her along with it. Same effect. And then we have this. This is the grade 1 version. This is the grade 1 Ride Chain. Now, obviously, if you ride it over this, and or if you have this in your soul, then you gain plus 1000 power auto. But its second effect, it has no Ride Chain effect, basically, if you think about it that way. Its Ride Chain effect technically comes into effect on grade 2. So this effect has basically, it's misride correction insurance, basically. So if you ride any other unit except for the grade 2 of the Ride Chain, then you can check the top 7 cards of your deck, and if the grade 3 is in the top 7 cards, you can superior ride it from your deck, and then you shuffle your deck. So ultimately, it's no stacking, but you get to add soul, and you get to make sure that you get the Ride Chain off, pretty much. Make sure that your grade 3 is an 11k, period. Oh, sorry about that. That's all I have to say really about the Ride Chain, pretty much. The grade 1 is unique. Here we have the perfect guard, the Sentinel, as they say. This grade 1 is kind of unique. This grade 1 goes along with this grade 2. Basically, if you have that grade 2 in your soul, it becomes an 11k. Or, no, I'm sorry. A 9k, it gains plus 3,000 power during your turn. 9k booster. This guy is basically the same way as this guy, and being a 9k booster, it's just it costs him a counterblast. So you can really just decide between these two which one you want as the big booster of the clan, since there is no 10k booster. But I mean, I don't really think it's all that necessary right now, except for hitting 20k, which not many clans have 10k vanguards anymore because of this whole power creep business. Next comes in, this is the call to soul charge 1. Basically alluring succubus, felucca, whatever you want to call it. It's pretty generic, Moving onward to grade 2, we have Battle Maiden Sabohime. I don't know. I can't really read it. It's kind of small for me. Basically, this is Emblem Master, pretty much. It hits the Vanguard, counterblast 1 to soul charge 3. So it's basically like these two, except it's an attack and not a boost. Obviously, grade 2s can't boost. Here's the 10k vanilla. Here is Clever Jake. Wannabe Silent Tom, except Silent Tom is so much better. Basically, you counterblast 1 Genesis unit, so it's an S special counterblast, and you get plus 4,000 power. So this is basically your 12k attacker. This, as I said before, is basically like this. When you have this grade 1 in your soul, gains plus 3,000 power, so it's an 11k attacker when this is in soul. Here's your ride chain. Obviously she becomes 10k when you have, as Vanguard, when you have the grade 1 in your soul. And also a convenient effect where if the attack hits the Vanguard, you can soul charge 2, just outright, without the grade 1. And then when you have the grade 1 in your soul, you can soul charge 2 more. So ultimately, when its attack hits, it's a free soul charge 4, which is really nice, considering the grade 3 effects and how much soul they use sometimes. Moving on, here is the generic 11k, pretty much. While you have a Genesis Limit Break 4 with Limit Break 4. Note that it says Vanguard or Rearguard. Not saying that you don't want to have your Vanguard having Limit Break 4, but you don't have to in order to have her her plus 3,000 power 11k attack. So that's just something to keep in mind. I thought this was a 9k before, so it'd be the 12k attacker, but I don't know what they did. Here is a new. This is the Maiden of Libra clone for Genesis. Counterblast 2 to soul charge, to draw a card. What am I saying? Soul charge. Basically, it's pretty generic. Here is the grade 3 of the ride chain, Artemis. Basically, she's an 11k while you have the grade 2 in the soul, obviously. And her skill is Limit Break 4, Soul Blast 3. When it attacks a Vanguard, you can draw 2 cards and add 1 card from your hand to your soul. So it's basically like Tsukuyomi type effect, except without counterblasts. And also after that, this unit gains 5,000 power. So essentially, if you pulled off Ride Chain, you use this effect, you gain plus 1 card in your hand, and she is a 16k attack. So that's really good, in my opinion. Thins out your deck a lot. Only problem I see with it is that it has no Tsukuyomi stacking abilities in the deck at all. So you can't really get to anything faster, only to deck out, pretty much. moving along, we have Eternal Goddess Iwagana Hime. I'm so bad at reading. This is basically the kill switch, pretty much. If you use this, you're pretty much gonna. I feel like you should win, because it's a free Vermilion retire. So you Soul Blast 6 at limit break to retire all rear guards on your opponent's front row. So instead of just attacking like Vermilion to retire those, you just outright retire them. And also it has a secondary skill of Soul Blast 3. It gains plus 5,000 power until the end of the turn. So it's basically like your Soul Blasting 3 for her effect, except you only gain the power and you don't draw. So I mean, it's really good just with that first effect, but that second effect kind of adds icing to the cake, so to say. Allergies. Anyways, moving along, this is the generic, hey, when you ride this while this is on the field, it gains plus 10,000 power, so it's like, what is it, Gigantic Crusher, I think, for Gold Paladins, I don't know, but, yeah, this is really just a rear guard, 10k attacker, nothing special. If you cross ride, it gains 10,000 power, oh well. Now this card couples very well with this, Oracle Queen Himiko. So this is the break ride, obviously, so you're going to want to ride something over it, and if you do, this gains plus 10,000 power, and your Vanguard also gains plus 10,000 power, so it kind of works together pretty well. But the break ride effect, I feel like it's can be abused very easily. So you can basically ride her over her, and then just keep riding herself to keep gaining this effect of when choose 2 of your rear guards, and they get plus 5,000 power until the end of the turn. And then your Vanguard gets plus 10,000 power and gets auto Soul Blast 3. When it attacks the Vanguard, you may pay the cost. If you do, draw a card. I'm not sure. Oh, it says it gets the skill until the end phase, so it doesn't get a permanent Soul Blast 3 draw card. So this can pair very well with this, getting the plus 10,000 power, but also can pair very well with this, because if you have enough soul, you can basically just do this along with Vermilion, the Vermilion effect. So you're going to either soul charge a lot, or you're just going to kill them, pretty much. You basically Soul Saver Dragon, -1, and instead of that 1 plus 5,000 power, you draw a card instead. So it also has a second skill which helps with the setup for this break ride. It says when it attacks the Vanguard, you can soul charge 1, and she gains plus 1,000 power. So basically she becomes an inherent 12k attack on Vanguard. So it really does help. Second to last one is the when it's boosted by a Genesis unit, it gains plus 2,000 power. So it's like the Holy Mage Mandolin. And then we have the generic, plus 2,000 power in rear guard while attacking Vanguard. They remade these and made them, while they're Vanguard, they became the plus 5,000 power when attacking the Vanguard. So I don't like how they made these, because then they made these very susceptible to power creep, pretty much. Basically now you have generic, they can attack 12k as rear guards and 15k as vanguards. So I don't see any point in not running it. So that's basically the plan. I'll go over my deck list, as you can see right now with the numbers there. But I'll go over my deck list in another video. So thanks for watching, and hope you enjoyed. I'll see you next time. Peace.